Hey guys, good afternoon. I am here with Miss Stella and Mr. Bronco, sitting on a dock by the bay, watching the tide roll in. So, where we left off in the adventure a couple days ago, I was standing on what felt like a cliff, looking down at the water way down below, and I was facing one of my biggest fears. I have such a fear of heights, apparently, because being up there, I really I felt my meat suit just really freaking out, and I was pushing myself to do this big jump for this film project I'm working on with Caleb, and I was using it as a sort of metaphor for all the times that I've done something really scary. You know what? Speaking of doing something really scary, I don't think Stella has ever come out this far on the dock with me. This is Stella's equivalent of that cliff, and I'm really impressed, and I'm really proud that you're able to be here with me. Thank you. Thank you. Mama was here too. She followed me for the first time. So, the question that I have been getting is, did I jump? Did I jump? How was it? And so the answer is yes, I jumped. It was really challenging. And not only did I jump, but I jumped twice. And the crazy thing was that it was so much anxiety, so much stress, so much like worrying and fear in my mind, and just like all of this like stuff of the feelings of anxiety and of fear. And then the actual jump was so quick. It was like fear, run, water. There was a whole lot of flying and really high sensation in between, but pretty much as soon as I decided to summon my courage and do it, it was pretty much over. And that was a wonderful metaphor for me, because in fact, and I said this in another video, was that I was using it as a metaphor for all of the things in my life that feel really scary. And in fact, the very next day, I was with someone I care about very much, and I had to share something that felt really vulnerable and kind of scary for me to say. And in the past, I wouldn't have said it. I would have sort of swallowed that feeling, swallowed that thing that I knew was my truth that needed to be said, but I would swallow it because I would be afraid of how the other person would react. But this time I was sitting there with the person, and as I felt myself starting to do that thing where I was like curling up and like shying away, instead I saw myself there facing the water. I saw that shot right before I ran. And then I did the same. I summoned the courage, and I did it. I ran, and I said the thing, and then it turned out to be just fine, which is the moral of the story. The moral of the story is that the fear is worse than the actual thing. The fear of the jump was much worse than the actual jump, and the key was just to get over that fear and to get myself into action, just to get myself to run. Because once you run, once you're in motion, you follow through. You know, it's like you do it. It's just, can you get to the point where you can just get into action? So I was actually talking to my friend this morning, and he was saying that he is having some stuff with his mom, and he really needs to have this really difficult conversation but he's afraid of. And I told him the story about my jump, and I said, you know, the more you just hang out on the dock, the more you stand there thinking about it and pitter-pattering and like putting it off, like the worse it gets. Like, the best thing you can do is run straight at the thing you're afraid of. The best thing you can do is run straight at the thing you're afraid of. Not stand there and think about it, but go for it. Which is so much easier to say than to actually do, of course. I have some conversations that I need to have with some people that feel like I don't want to, and I know that what's happening in my mind is that I'm making it worse. I'm making the person the bad guy, and I'm creating a really just kind of messy, unmanageable situation. And really the best thing I could do would be just to have like a straight up honest conversation with this person. run towards the thing that you're afraid of. The best thing you can do is run towards the thing that you're afraid of. Unless it's a train. There are boundaries, and there's a paradox, you know. You don't want to run towards the tiger, like a literal tiger, but you want to run towards the metaphorical tiger. The thing that you know you must do. That's the thing. The thing you know in your heart that you must do, but that you're afraid of. The sooner you get into action, the easier. Nice. So Lisa says, today I ran right at a career change, and I'm so happy that you did it. Yeah, good for you. Exactly. So it's like, you know that there's something you have to do. You know that there's something you have to express. You know that there's something that you just feel like that's a growth moment for you. Like, it would be like, I chose to do the bigger doc instead of like the little doc because it was a growth moment. Because I knew that it was an opportunity for me to practice something important. Look at that, buddy. Yeah, so I jumped, and it was awesome. Although the second time I jumped, it was less awesome. And when I hit the water, I kind of hit it funny, and so my eye was like, oh God, I blinded myself. And somehow I like hit my thigh in a weird way, so now my thigh feels bruised, and my eye felt really weird. Thankfully, I didn't blind myself, and my eye was fine. And actually, Caleb called me out on this. It's like, I did the thing, I faced my fear, and then I like looked for the reason why it wasn't good enough, and like, whoa, kid, can I practice choosing to focus on what worked instead of hyper focusing and obsessing about what doesn't work? Because that's a formula for misery right now, right? Exactly right now, right there. And, you know, I've actually been thinking a lot about this idea about what works and what doesn't work. And, you know, the gardening course I took, there's like the literal garden, and then there's like the symbolic garden. And I'm looking at my life as a garden right now. And with this tendency to like focus on the negative and the need to do some pruning. So to keep a garden really healthy, not only do you have to pull out the weeds, but sometimes you have to prune the plants. Like, you have to prune the leaves that are yellowing, you have to prune the leaves that are dying, like you have to prune the parts of the plant that aren't really they're not really working, like the energy really isn't flowing there in a way that's creating maximum life. And so actually, for the health of the ecosystem, for the health of the plant, it's better to cut those parts off than to keep them on by trying to be nice, you know? So I'm looking at that right now, and like thinking, and that's something I'm, you know, sitting here on the dock, like reflecting on about, it's like, you know, I think this is an important question. It's like, what parts of your life do you need to prune? What do you need to cut back, you know? And that can be hard, because sometimes that can be part of a relationship, or something, like some element or some aspect. You know, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I can get into a place where it's like, oh, the whole thing needs to go. And it's like, actually, no, maybe the whole thing doesn't need to go, but maybe there are just little parts that you have to like snip off, and to do so with a certain like ferocious courage. In fact, I'm planning to get a wolf tattoo on my shoulder, like a big one. And that's because this wolf energy has been coming through for me a lot recently for this chapter of my life. It was a big symbol that I was working with during my ayahuasca ceremony. You know, one thing about the wolf is that first of all, she got all 4 feet on the ground, like a really grounded archetype, right? Oh, Trisha, cool. 1 month subscriber anniversary. Cool badge. Awesome. Yay, we just did a month. Awesome. So, going back, the wolf, the thing about the wolf is not only is she incredibly grounded, 4 feet on the earth, but the wolf can also be extremely ferocious when needed. She is not afraid to attack and kill something when it's called for. But she can also be really nurturing and caring and soft and loving for her pups. Like, it's this like ferocious, protective, grounding, like beautiful energy of the forest. And so I've been thinking about that a lot, about with this idea of like, what do I need to cut away? What do I need to kill? What do I need to like be a little bit more ferocious towards? Like, I'll tell you, for example, there's been a pack of dogs coming to my house. They've made a hole there was already a hole in the fence, but they made it worse, and this pack of dogs was coming in, and I was trying to be nice to them, and then I realize that it's not working, and then they're disrupting my sleep. They're upsetting Stella and the other dogs. They're like peeing on things. Like, it's not a good situation to be in, and I'm not going to get out of it by being nice to them. And so I've had to start like yelling at them and running at them and like throwing rocks, not at them. I'm not trying to hit the dogs, but I'm trying to scare them away. It's one of the only things that they understand. And I wish everyone could just respond to people being nice all the time, but that's not the way the world works. Sometimes you have to yell. Sometimes you have to throw rocks. Sometimes you have to be strong. You have to be so strong, and you have to be willing to make people upset with you in order to protect yourself. And I think that's one of the lessons of the wolf energy. So, oh, nice, Sloan. Wolf is your spirit animal, right? Very similar to our shared, yes. So we're both a Scorpio and a wolf, right? And I love this wolf. I like the wolf energy also because it's like, my totem for a while was the mermaid, which was this sort of whimsical, otherworldly, kind of lost in fantasy kind of spirit, which was very much that time of my life. And then the hummingbird is like my next totem, which is, magic and hope and believing and receive like messages and like joy and like all of those beautiful things. And then now the wolf, it's like, okay, coming down to the earth. Both of those, it was like a water sign, it was like an air sign, and now it's like an earth sign. So that feels really, really, really good. So yeah, so if you're just joining, did I do the jump? Yes, I did the jump. I summoned my courage and I did the thing that was really scary, knowing that it was part of my growth. And that jump is now a metaphor and a symbol I carry inside of me always when I'm faced with something scary. I put myself back on that dock and I remember all I have to do in order to be successful is I have to just get into action and run towards the thing that I'm scared of. And that can be a vulnerable conversation with a person where I have to speak my truth in a way that's really uncomfortable to do so. But I just have to run and jump. Bethany, you love Howling in the Moon. I love Howling in the Moon too. I remember when I was really little, for show and tell, I showed and told howling like a wolf. Like that was, I got up in front of the class and I howled like a wolf. So yeah. Troy, yeah, when you stop drinking, this is good. I had to snip friends, playgrounds, many things. I'm still snipping. I've got so many pending things from now until next fall. It's overwhelming, one day at a time. Brother, Troy, I hear you, brother. Especially, I think this is on like the sobriety journey, or this like journey where we're like cleaning up our lives. Like we have to snip some things out. We have to cut some things out. In fact, where's my tea hash? It was here. Oh, it's here. We have to cut some things out. This is why I'm carrying my obsidian blade with me today. Like this energy of this blade, it's all about what do we cut out. And we do it not spitefully. Like those dogs who are coming in and causing trouble, I don't have spite in my heart towards them. I have love in my heart towards them, but I also have love in my heart for myself and for Stella and like my dog pack and my home. And like I have to protect my home, I have to protect my home. And this there's this one dog, the leader of the pack. He's a real bully. He's a real dark energy. He's not a nice creature. So it's like, how do you stand up for yourself while still being a compassionate being, not causing harm? Because we have to practice ahimsa. In yoga, in the tradition of yoga, we learn about ahimsa, which is do no harm, right? So it's like, how do we maneuver that fine line of like protecting ourselves, standing up for ourselves and for our pack, but doing so in a way that's like lovingly ferocious, And this is how we grow. This is part of growing. Like a good, strong plant needs to be cut back in order to have the healthiest, strongest growth. And we are just the same. So, pruned and proud. Sloan, I like that. That's a really good one. Let me show you a little more where we're at. So I was practicing my uke. Stella is doing her scary thing. She's never come out this far on the dock with me as far as I can remember. Bronco's still, he's still working on summoning his courage. Mama was here. Mama followed me for the very first time. And it was really sweet. And now she's gone. But that's cool. Yeah, Debbie, the fence could be fixed, but here's what happened. So I did fix the fence. I went and I fixed it many, many times. I rolled boulders in front of it, like, and they kept opening it. But for the times that the fence was closed, everybody got upset. Bronco was crying. First he was outside when I patched it, and then he was crying, and then he came inside, and then I patched it, and he was crying to be inside. So it's like, you know, it's like I like the fact that the dogs can come and go as they please. Like, I want them to have their freedom, and I just don't want those other dogs coming in. So it's like, you know, it's such a metaphor for boundaries of like having the strong boundaries, but also having the force from within that pushes unwanted things out, you know? So it's not, so one of my teachers in boundaries said it's like this. Boundaries, good boundaries, let's go this way. Good boundaries, this is really important. Good boundaries, we often think of boundaries like this, like it's like a wall, right? It's like something that protects us. Every single organ in our body, well, I'm not a doctor. Many of our organs, I'm going to say most, probably all of our organs have some sort of boundary, like a sac or some sort of protective casing around them beyond the organ itself, right? And so we think of boundaries as that wall or that protective, right? But boundaries can also be, well, there can be this force within pushing, but then there can also be this force from within pushing against yourself. So sometimes the boundary is protecting you against yourself, but also yourself protecting against the outside. There's like these different forces. That wasn't really clear, was it? All right. Adriana asks, how was my jump? Adriana, the jump was great. It was really scary, and I went twice, because after the first time, it was very exhilarating. And it was also very interesting because we were up there for a while trying to like set up the shot. My friend Bree came to do the second camera, and so I got to see a lot of people going through this process of facing their fears, and it was such a window into humanity. And watching the girl who impressed me the most, because here's what most people did. Most people walked up to the edge, went, oh my God, and then like came back and then like danced around for a few minutes, and then like finally went for it. There were two people that really impressed me. One was a guy who just went up and he's like, nope, I'm not scared. He looked, he was like, yep, and he went back, and then he ran, and he did it. And then this other chick, she came. She was apparently by herself. I thought she was with this other guy, but apparently she wasn't. She came, she walked, she looked over the edge, and she's like, all right, well, I've come this far, and she just went. She didn't even go back to do the run. She just like, okay, and just like stepped off. And I was like, that was amazing just to see that. It was funny though, there was this one guy, really tough, muscly guy, and he danced and like couldn't do it for the longest time. He's like, he psyched himself up and then he stopped and he was just, oh my God, and you could really see that he was thinking about it. And what I noticed is that the more people stood there and thought about it, the more they suffered and the longer it took for them to actually do it. The people who were able to just not think and just go, it was over, and they were in the water and they were happy, you know, like very quickly, and they enjoyed themselves more. AJ asked, can we see the photographic evidence of my jump? Are you suggesting that you don't trust me? It will come out when the video that I'm working on with Caleb comes out. So when that video is released, I don't know when that'll be, you'll see it then. So yeah. Oh yeah, Sylvia missed. Yeah, I'm live. I'm here. So I'll share that video. That's coming out as part of. It's gonna go on my like YouTube channel. It's gonna go on my Instagram. It's gonna go here. That video is really to encapsulate my journey, especially for people who are new to the channel or new to my story, and who are still trying to figure out, you know, who I am and what I'm doing. Oh, hi Tamara. Hi honey. Tamara, look where I am. I'm on the dock. So this is the dock I'm sitting on. This is when we had our retreat in December. The ladies stayed here. Well, we all stayed here together in this lake house, and this was our dock. This was the place where Tammy and Kimberly often spent sunrise. I often found them on this dock. This is our special spot. So I'm here with Stella today. Mandy, so why did I do it the second time? Just for fun? Yeah, Mandy, I did it. I jumped the second time because now it was like, oh wait, I can do this. Like, that wasn't so bad. Like, in the process, you know, the thing about courage and facing our fears is the more we do it, the easier it gets. So I did it the second time also because something stuck with Caleb's camera the first time, so he didn't fully get the shot he wanted. Thanks, Caleb. So I waited, I dried off, I waited for the sun to come back, and then I went a second time and he got another shot, so yeah. Michael, parasites, yeah, parasites are a thing. Although my herbalist is really encouraging me to not do the antibiotics and really give the herbs a good solid shot. So I'm gonna give it like 2 to 3 more weeks. So far I'm feeling good, and I'm on the mend. But here's the thing about parasites, is the parasites are a freaking metaphor. They're a metaphor and a mirror. Every single physical thing that happens to us, I believe, has some sort of energetic mirror in our lives. So I mentioned the thing about the dogs coming in, right? That's an example of a parasitic energy in my life, because they're coming in, they're taking my energy, they're taking my time. The other morning, I was like sitting down to do my practice. Next thing I know, I had this pack of dogs, I had to chase them out, I had to wipe down the pee, I had to close up the fence, right? And so it was an example of where I was losing my life force energy. So the parasites are really beautiful messengers, because they're calling me to examine where am I out of alignment in my life, and what do I need to let go of, cut off, or put to the back burner, things that are otherwise draining my energy that are not in my highest alignment. Stella's not being lazy, she's just hanging out on the dock. Nice. Lucy, aren't there parasites in lake water? Yeah, going swimming in the lake is a pretty good way to get parasites, to be quite honest. So that was also why I did the jump, because it's like, well, I already have parasites, so we might as well just, what am I going to do? Get more well, you could get more parasites, so. But I am going hard right now on the herbs and the plants that kill parasites, so my system is like that energy that I was saying of like having the force from within that pushes things out. That's going hard right now. Thank you, Adriana. She says she's so proud of me for facing my fears. It's great. Ashlyn, you says your mom is living with your studio apartment and it's not working. Okay, honey. That sucks to realize, right? Because admitting that and getting honest about that, like, that sucks, right? Because then you're probably gonna have to have some uncomfortable conversations and possibly figure something else out for your mom and all the repercussions. So it's like, what do you stand up for? Do you stand up for other people's experiences, or do you stand up for what feels right for you and your experience? What helps you stay full and not leak and drain and be vampired off of? Because that's what parasites do. Parasites are little energetic vampires. Nice. Yeah, Tammy, cool. Oh, Sloan asked, Erica, how can I join the Zoom calls with you and the tribe? Great question. So Sloan, here on this page, there is a new feature that Facebook activated that allows you to subscribe. And so the subscription service, it's somewhere on the button. Yeah, so supporter. So you become a supporter, and that automatically puts you in the High Vibe tribe, which gives you access to the Zoom calls that we do every 2 weeks. And so if you've ever wanted to talk to me directly, ask me a question, get my feedback directly on some situation that you're in, that's the place to do it. And it is this beautiful community of the most amazing humans who are every day supporting and inspiring and motivating, and like, we have such a beautiful community and like this like weaving of friendship happening in that space, that the Zoom calls are like, they're like part of it, but really it's like all of the amazing humans that are loving each other every single day. That's the real gold right there. So, yeah, Kimberly says, come join the High Vibe tribe. She's in it. So anyone that you see with that little blue badge, they're in it. Yep, Lisa's there, Trisha's there. there you go. It's a beautiful, wonderful, supportive, amazing space. And I'm really grateful for it because it answered a need that was within the community to, like, there are people who, like, want more than that can be offered on this channel. So it's like a smaller group where we can focus more and focus more time, more energy, more love there. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Ashlyn says, I'm going to have that hard conversation and let her know that things aren't working. Yeah, so you can have that hard conversation and you can be compassionate and kind and stand up for yourself. I think that's one thing that we have to learn, is that they're not mutually exclusive. It's not, you stand up for yourself and you're a dick to people. Like, no. Like, you can stand up for yourself and be really kind and compassionate and just be honest about what's working for you and what's not, And I think that's also part of it, is, like, get clarity on what you want. Like, I want to have a good relationship with you. I want to feel connected to you. I want to feel good in myself. And right now, I'm not able to, like, do those things, And I don't know how to get there, but this isn't what I want. Like, this isn't working, So that's something I'm working on right now, is, like, you can't ask for what you want if you first don't take the time to get clear with yourself on what it is. So that's part of my big practice. My big practice is literally grounding and clarity. Oh, is Wendy here? Hi, Wendy. Oh, Robert in Peru. Cool. I would love to go to Peru. One day I will definitely be in Peru, God willing, inshallah. Adriana, thank you for the stars, honey. Thank you. Oh, great. Awesome. Rebecca, you joined the High Vibe Tribe. Well, Rebecca, so when you're in the High Vibe Tribe, you can just look for the posts about the Zoom call. There's a hashtag that says Zoom call. If you click on that, you can see all the past Zoom calls are recorded and posted there. Oh, Marianne, amazing. Oh, Marianne, where did your comment go? I just lost it. Oh, come on, crap. Oh, hi, Susan Boyce. I love you. Wait, Marianne, I just saw your comment, and then now the comments aren't letting me find it. Where is it? Gosh. Did I see that your sister is cancer-free? Yes, your sister is cancer-free. Doctors, God, and they don't know how. Thank God in their prayers. Amazing, Marianne. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, I'm hugging you. Yes. Thank you. Amazing. 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 Marianne is one of our High Vibe Tribe members who's been sharing some stuff with her family, with her sister, and I'm so happy to hear that, she's doing well. That's amazing. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Lorian. Hi, Trisha. Nice. Great. Oh, Sloan says you'll be there. Thank you. And you say that you need support in a moment of darkness. Come on in. This is what we're here for. We're literally here to, like, hold hands and circle up in the darkness and celebrate the light as well. Because, you can't, I was talking, Suzanne Brown, an artist in our group, speaking as an artist, she was saying, you can't have a highlight without a shadow. Like, you can't have the light without the dark, So, oh, hi, Francis. Amazing. Wow. Marianne, I'm so pleased. That's awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah. Hi, Michael. Awesome, guys. All right, let's just take a quick look around, and then I'm actually going to get going. Let's see what time it is. It is 4:20. Hi. Oh, Jenny, cool. You were on the call. So the land, that's another great question. So I'm having my next meeting with Ashley and Dijon on Friday. I just got the drone shots back yesterday, which I need to share with you guys. It's so cool to see it vertically above this aerial view of the land. And it's like, wow, look at that amazing canvas. So far nothing has happened except, actually, I found one guy who I think is going to be a really great worker for the land when I'm ready. And then, actually two, Miguel's son, and then my other friend. And then, yeah, meeting with Ashley and Dijon on Friday morning and coming up with, like, taking steps towards our creating the plan. We got the aerial drone shots. And I think above all, what's happening is that I am practicing moving at Earth speed. I'm moving at Earth speed. You're aware that nature moves a lot slower in most cases than we do, and then that we want to. And so one of the many, many things that this land is teaching me is how to slow down. How to slow down. So I am excited for when the map will be done and we'll have more of a sense of what the actual work is and where the terraces are going to go and where the paths are going to go. And I've made, actually, you want to know where I'm at, Jenny? The Pinterest boards. And I shared these in the High Vibe Tribe. The Pinterest boards of the design and visioning process. So I've been picking out pictures that I like for my garden and my garden nooks and my house and, you know, all of these things. So so I'm still in that womb void dreaming space where we so often want to rush out of. And I'm there. I'm there. Cool. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up and have a few moments here just to sit and reflect. That's what I'm reflecting on. What do I need to let go of right now? What do I need to prune from my garden in order to conserve my energy? In order to be really faithful to what I need to feel good and to feel like I have a full cup, what leaves that aren't working, what's not working, that needs to be cut back? And what do I need to do in order to summon that ferocious wolf energy to lovingly and compassionately kill it? Lovingly and compassionately letting it go. Hi Terry, yeah, we're live right now, but I'm about to, I know, need more counter space. Eileen, I hope you stay at Karina while your permanent house is being built, not a tiny house. You need more counter space. Eileen, I have this conversation with Luke all the time. I need more counter space. Eileen, I need more counter space is probably the mantra of my whole life right now. And what does that symbolically mean? I need more space that's not cluttered up with shit. I need more space where I can work and feel open. I need more space that doesn't feel bogged down and dirty and messy. I need clean, open space where I can do my work, where I can do my divine unfolding in this human life. So what needs to be removed from my counter? That's a question. What needs to be pruned from my garden and what needs to be removed from my counter so my mind can feel really open and clear? Right? Okay, for those of you who missed it, yes, I jumped, I faced my fears, and I did the really scary thing. I jumped off pretty much what felt like a cliff, and in fact, I did it twice. And doing it, yet again, proved to me that thinking is the enemy of progress. You really just gotta do it. Just start running toward the scary thing, and then you'll be there. You'll be in the water much sooner than you realize. And then, it's amazing. Alright guys, just run towards the scary conversation, run towards it. I'm like, run towards taking your own advice, girl. Bah! Okay, I'm gonna message that person and schedule a meeting, because I can't keep harboring this resentment that I'm feeling towards this person. I need to just have the conversation and get it done with, because thinking about it is much worse than actually doing it. Butcher block time, baby. Butcher block time. Alright. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me. What do you need to prune from your life? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to cut away? What do you need to be ferocious about and chase it away or kill it in order to protect your pack, your home, your family, you? Because you matter. And sometimes the principle of not doing harm is not doing harm to yourself by letting something else overrun you, by letting something else dampen you, by letting something else bring you down. You're harming yourself when we are harming ourselves when we do that. So sometimes the kindest thing we can do is cut it out, baby. Cut it out. Hello from Delaware. Hi, Angelina. Cool. All right, Lotus. I see you, honey, and I love you. Clutter, Neil. Dawn, Neil. Great. Yeah, sometimes the clutter is the thing. And remember, everything is an energetic mirror. So it's like if something is bothering you physically, there is an energetic pairing to that. So it's like part of me feels in order to like heal my parasites, I have to kick out these dogs. It's true. And some other things, but right. Hi, Cinnalyn. I love you, honey. Alright guys, I love you. I'm off. I'm gonna head to Karuna soon. Caleb is doing his final songs for the Shadows event, so I'm gonna go be there for that. And yeah, I love you all. Go get those pruning scissors out, guys. Let's do it. We're in it. It's time. It's time. It's time. If not now, then when? If not us, then who? Alright. Bye, guys. See, the rainy season is about to come, and so it's really cloudy and overcast and foggy. You can barely see the volcanoes over there. There's a volcano there. You wouldn't even know it because it's so overcast. But that is, it's a sign that the rainy season is just a few weeks away now. All right. Bye, guys. Love you. And I love these boots. My God. Thank you, Tammy.